This is ATL Day Ones, part of Locked On Sports Atlanta. And it starts now.
It is ATL Day Ones with Jarvis and Tenitra. We are live here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We got so much for you for today. I think we got to be like quiet voices. So we thank you for joining us, and we always like to say thank you for making ATL Day Ones your first listen of the day. And when you make us your first listen of the day, make sure you go ahead and download us, because we are free and available wherever you download your podcast.
Yes.
And make sure you leave us a 5-star review. We got a lot to get to today. We're going to start off with the Atlanta Braves are still undefeated in June. How about that? We're going to take some observations, some takeaways for the day, because the Falcons had a practice down here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We're going to talk about that. And also, WNBA expansion and Ryan Day just coming out and asking for the bag. Oh my gosh, I love it. We're going to get into all of that. But before we get to that, we got to start off with the Braves. They get the win against the Colorado Rockies team. And I think that's one thing that we talked about as far as guys who need to step up and guys who need to be in the lineup. I think we can start off with Michael Harris. Like, he just absolutely did his thing tonight. And I think that's one thing that the Braves need for offensively and defensively, him being in that outfield and knowing exactly what you're going to get out there in the center field.
Yeah, like what Michael Harris II did with 3 hits on the night. And of course, like you said, always competent with his defensive showing. But man, you had to like what you saw out of Travis d'Arnaud as well.
Oh my God.
You want to talk
Yes.
about a banner
Yes.
night. You're talking about doing something that had not been done since the Javi Lopez days. 6 runs batted in on a night where literally it only took the Braves 6 innings to get 12 runs. They end up, of course, winning the game 13-6. But I really, really like what he did. And the good thing is, and we talk about sometimes having an embarrassment of riches, right?
Of course,
and
yes.
we know we can't have them in the same game at the same time, playing the same position. But you always give credo and props to William Contreras and what he's able to do.
Yes.
And the one thing I took away from that is this. You've got Travis d'Arnaud, someone who calls excellent games by any stretch of what his pitchers have said, so called yet another game, even with some dust-ups with Ian Anderson last night, still called a really great game and was still able to really be productive on offense. But on the same token, you have William Contreras out there, right? And you can find different ways to get him in the game. So I love the fact that really it's back-to-back games, because we talked about William Contreras and what he was able to do having a banner night in the series finale with the Diamondbacks. And now here we are the next night, and someone from that catcher's position was able to do his thing and be a part. Michael Harris II being a part of that, Contreras being, d'Arnaud being a part of that as well, Austin Riley, Dansby Swanson. I mean, we could go down the whole list because guess what? Every starter in the lineup got a hit last night.
Each and every one of them. And I think that's the thing that, we've been asking for, we've been waiting for, right? Because we know this lineup is loaded, but they've been sticking it up, or if they are doing well, somebody else is failing. So I think that we have a guy like d'Arnaud, listen to people saying they need to be replaced. John Chuckery. So when he comes out and have that type of performance, because we know you listen to Locked On Sports Atlanta, because you listen to it. So we know Travis d'Arnaud is listening to each and every show on Locked On Sports Atlanta. So I think that's the thing that we got to keep an eye out for, because it's cool to see, because these are the type of things I joke about them being undefeated in June, but they have a real opportunity with all these the next few games for the Rockies coming up, and then this is something that they can start get on a winning streak. They have opportunity to do something they have never done all season. They have opportunity to go on a 3-game winning streak. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, we are so far into the season,
and yet we're excited about that.
Yes, we gotta get excited about it, because that's exactly what it is. So I think that if they continue to do what they need to do at the plate, I think everything else will take care of itself. You don't like to see United have so many people on base. You know what I'm saying? That you prefer them to kind of tighten that up a little bit, but you like to see them get out of those particular situations. And like I said, he gave up a couple long balls last night, so I think that's something that You know, you keep an eye out for it. You can tighten up the next time around, but you have to be thankful for all of that run production for sure.
Oh, you do. Anytime we can have a conversation about the Braves having 9 of 19 with runners in scoring position and actually to be able to do something, that has been the bane of their existence. So to be able to do that, be in position to get 3 wins in a row, and be in position to take advantage maybe of another Mets loss, because they lost to the Dodgers last night 2-0. So that brought that lead, that division lead, down to 9.5. We'll see where it goes.
We will definitely see where it goes. We saw how it went down last night with the Warriors and the Celtics. Steph Curry coming out looking like Chef Curry. Like he's talking about, I want a Finals MVP type performance in that first quarter, and then next thing you know, it seemed like the Boston Celtics just woke up. They end up pulling out 120-108 to Tenitra Batiste. Are we in for a series?
Oh, absolutely. You know, we kind of gave you guys our who we got, and we both said the Warriors, but we said 6, maybe 7 games. Jarvis called it in 7. I said 6, but 6 in a possible. We play spades, so I said 6 in a possible. And the reason we said it is because you had to look at the performances of those 2 teams in the regular season. 4 out of the last 5 games, the Celtics won those games, right?
Yep.
And they won it because we said it yesterday. They are just as complete of a team, maybe in a different way, but just as complete of a team as the Warriors, and they showed that to you last night. So like you said, Steph Curry comes out and he scores, you know, his 21 points in that first quarter, and you think it's a runaway. And then same thing, they come out and they press in the third quarter like they do as the Warriors, and you think game over. But the resilience and buckling down that the Celtics did and playing their game and their type of defense, and they basically said, hey, what we're going to do on one end of the court is we're going to close out. We're going to literally close out, and so that you can't kick the ball out. Like, we're going to come back on defense so fast that you don't even have time to get set to kick the ball out to your 3-point shooters. But if you do get out there, we're going to contest every shot. And then if you try to get inside, we're going to clog the lane. And one thing that Steve Kerr is definitely going to have to do is figure out how more than just Andrew Wiggins is going to be able to get inside, because if your shots aren't falling like they did last night, it's going to be a problem again. And on the flip side, Jarvis, the Celtics dared the Warriors, dared them on the inside and said, oh, no, we got this. Al Horford, 36-year-old, happy birthday, Al Horford said, no, we got this on the inside. And then on the outside, they said, hey, if you guys choose to play zone so that you can keep Jason Tatum in check, or we'll just let Jaylen Brown, or we'll just let Derek White, or we'll just let anybody go off. So the series is far from over. It's just one game, but boy, were the Celtics impressive in Ime Udoka and executing his game plan.
Like, and I think you brought up an excellent point. Draymond Green and Looney.
Yes.
Y'all gonna have to
gotta step it up,
because if you can't take advantage, nothing against Al Horford. Al Horford has been a really good player in the NBA, and I think he's probably on the verge of having a conversation about being a Hall of Famer if he ever get a championship. So, but he's never been that great of a defender. Y'all gonna have to take advantage some way, somehow, down low, because sitting out there trying to shoot threes, that's not gonna happen. They're gonna get y'all those shots all day. All right, speaking of all day, we're going to talk about where we've been all day. Here at Mercedes-Benz, Falcons practice. He's got a chance to get a little peek, talk to some guys. We're going to let you know. We're going to give you some observations, what we took away from the Falcons practice today right here at Mercedes-Benz. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is ATL Day Ones with Jarvis and T, part of Locked On Sports Atlanta.